Live on YouTube, live on Rumble. Good afternoon, hello, welcome to the State in History, AKTDH. I'm Alexander, UBRU. Today is Moon's Day, Monday, July 27th, 2026. We will be joined by the Golden Loon here shortly. The show is about interesting and important events that happened to date throughout the annals of recorded history. We have a 35-page document to get through today, so let's get started here. There's our thumbnail. The year 432, St. Celestine I ended his reign as Catholic Pope. Moving on up to 1054, Siward, Earl of Northumbria, invaded Scotland and defeated Macbeth, King of Scotland, somewhere north of the Firth of Forth. This is known as the Battle of Dunsinane. 1202, the Georgian Seljuk Wars. At the Battle of Bassein, the Kingdom of Georgia defeated the Sultanate of Rum. Were they drunk or something? No. 1214, Battle of Bouvines, King Philip II of France versus Holy Roman Emperor Otto IV and King John of England. As a result, John lost Normandy and his other possessions in France, hence his nickname John Lack Land, because he lacked land. So, yeah, effectively ending John of England's Angevin Empire. Alright. 1280, Sogen Mugaku, founder of Ingakuji. How do I pronounce this? Hold on. This Engakuji Temple arrived in Japan from China. All right, and I want to do an image search of that temple if I can find it. There's the guy. I guess this is the temple. Like, yeah, there it is right there. Oh, looks like the Loons fan is malfunctioning over there. But anyway. 1298, Albert I of Habsburg was proclaimed king of the Germans after the defeat and death of King Adolf of Nassau at the Battle of Golenheim. 1299, according to Edward Gibbon, Osman I invaded their territory of Nicomedia for the first time, usually considered to be the founding day of the Ottoman state. Alright, so happy birthday, what would become the Ottoman Empire. 1360, Danish King Vladimir IV destroyed Visby in Gotland. 1377, first example of quarantine in Ragusa, now Dubrovnik. The city council passed a law stating newcomers from plague areas must isolate for 30 days. Later it was made into 40 days. In Italian it's called quarantena, hence the term quarantine. And I see that we are currently being joined by
the Golden Loon.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
All right. Yeah, we were just talking about first example of quarantine.
Ah, so, okay.
Because it used to be like quarantena in Italian, meaning 40 days. Quarantine. Ah. You know, and initially there was 30 days, but it was later, like made 40 after this. And it was about people coming in from areas that was known to have the plague. So they were quarantined for 30 days, to see if, they were sick or not. Because, you don't want that stuff coming into your area.
No.
So.
My bad. I thought it was quarantine. So, my bad. Welcome to this date in history.
I don't know if you're playing or not.
Oh, no. That's really bad.
1501, Nicholas Copernicus formally installed as an Augustinian canon of Farnborough Cathedral at Farnborough. They turned him into a weapon? What? Like... He was installed as Augustinian or as an Augustinian canon. I mean, that sounds like they turned him into a firearm, Like, I know it's some religious thing. I'm being funny here.
I know.
But just the way it's like he was formally
is a spiritual guy. Canon.
Yeah. Okay. Formally installed as an Augustinian canon. The way it's written, it almost sounds like they hollowed him out and now he spits fireballs.
But a canon is somewhere between. Bishop and a priest.
Ah, okay. 1549, the first Christian missionary in Japan, Jesuit priest Francis Xavier, reached Japan, but was not permitted to enter any port until August 15th. Okay. 1566, we'll probably quarantine or something. Yeah. But then again, it is Japan, so they're probably like, we don't want you white people in here. They're very xenophobic. 1566, tribunal convicts Agnes Waterhouse of witchcraft and sentenced her to be the first British woman executed for the crime in Chelmsford, England. 1586, Walter Raleigh brought the first tobacco to England from Virginia.
Walter Riley.
Riley.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is that Raleigh, Virginia. We've been looking at that as a potential area to move to.
Yeah,
So would it be named after this guy?
I would guess it is.
Yeah. Because he established the first English colony in North America at Roanoke Island. Failed in 1585, tried again in 1587, Virginia Dare, okay. The colony disappeared by 1591, Croatoan. Oh, there it is, okay. It wasn't Roanoke. Croatoan is the word. Remember I've told you that there was the word carved into a tree?
Yeah.
It was Croatoan, not Roanoke.
Okay.
But it happened at Roanoke. That's why I was getting my wires crossed. Notable for bringing tobacco back to England. So this guy, like, he's done a lot of remarkable historical things. Yeah. Roanoke, the Croatoan thing, tobacco, like, wow.
Well, if I've heard of his name in history,
yeah,
he's somewhat substantial.
Yeah, you're kind of like me. Like, if you know a historical name, it's kind of the same thing as if I know a sports name, you know? So, 1655, Jews of New Amsterdam petitioned for a Jewish cemetery. What, are they too good to be buried with us Goyams? No, apparently they are in their belief. So, 1655, Netherlands and Brandenburg signed a military treaty. I wonder what that is. You know, just that's all it tells me right here. Just this was, you know, right here, like. It's very vague. Treaty of Defensive Alliance between Brandenburg and the Netherlands, right
Doesn't
here.
mean anything.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah, it means yeah.
Okay. Well.
It means a treaty, but
yeah.
What's that?
It's not telling me what. Not even this is telling me. So if anybody can look this up, tell me what this treaty, if there's any possibility to find it, you know, what it consists of. 1661, English Parliament confirmed the Navigation Act. Now I want to know what this Navigation Act. Okay, here it is. Navigation Acts. Well, this is saying October 9th, 1651. Well, that's the commencement. It's since been revoked, apparently. So, the Acts of Trade and Navigation were a series of English laws that developed, promoted, and regulated English ships, shipping, trade, and commerce with other countries and with its own colonies. The laws also regulated England's fisheries and restricted foreign, including Scottish and Irish, participation in its colonial trade. The first such laws were enacted in 1650 and 1651 under the Commonwealth of England, under Oliver Cromwell. Oh, okay. So maybe this is the same thing, you know, Navigation Act. This is just saying, you know, the primary source is saying Navigation Act, you know, singular, and this is saying acts plural. So I'm not entirely sure if this is even like the same one, but this link and any other link that we gather throughout the the show will appear in the underbar of the description below after the live stream. We already have a lot of cool things down there, though, including among the limited to all things Omni Coalition, links to our various sources, the music in the background, and a handful of other cool little nifty, you know, doodads and whatnot, you know. So I like to sprinkle some cool things for the viewers just to look up. But anyway, 1663, we have here the English Parliament accepted the Staple Act. Now, what is the Staple Act, you may add? List of Acts of Parliament of England from 1663. Okay, well, this is just list of Acts of Parliament. So let me throw that in there, right there. And I have from the other source, I think this might be connected. The English Parliament passed the Second Navigation Act, requiring that all goods bound for the American colonies have to be sent in English ships from English ports. After the Acts of Union in 1707, Scotland would be included in that act. So it's mentioning the Navigation Act, once again, that we already spoke about 2 years prior.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's 1661, and we're in 1663. So there's a lot of weird, you know, a lot of stuff happening. So, 1694, Bank of England was granted a 12-year charter by the Act of Parliament. Here, more Parliament stuff and whatnot. 1713, Russia and Turkey signed a peace treaty. Like, it makes you wonder, was it called Turkey back then because they were part of the Ottoman Empire? It was the seat of the Ottoman Empire, that area. Turkey.
I don't think it was, but I can't bank on either.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. And I'm going to look at this. This is just telling me about the Bank of England. So, but yeah, like if anybody knows or like you know does the work, you know, does the research, was it called Turkey? Like, I mean, because like well, no, because you can't sign a treaty with one section of a country. You have to do it with the whole thing.
Right.
So, and Turkey was part of the Ottoman Empire. Well, was it? I don't know. I don't know the history precisely. 1714, battle at Hengut. Russians defeated the Swedish fleet. Okay. Well, other source, and this is once again, I haven't talked about this in a while, but the importance of using multiple sources, not just getting a second opinion from a doctor, but if you're researching anything, news, history, whatever, always get multiple sources, because right here, just as an example, that's from the primary source. Secondary source says during the Great Northern War, the first significant victory of the Russian Navy in the naval battle of Gangut against the Swedish Navy near the Hanko Peninsula. Normally I wouldn't cover that either, but I just, as an expression of, one source tells you a little bit, the other source tells you so much more, Usually, though, I found that our secondary source gets into more embellishment about all its articles, but it doesn't have the number of articles, so it has quality, not quantity, whereas the primary source has quantity, not necessarily quality, but there have been some instances of them actually talking more about an event than the secondary source. It's rare, but it happens. 1775, founding of the U.S. Army Medical Department. The Second Continental Congress passed legislation establishing, quote, a hospital for an army consisting of 20,000 men, end quote. 1789, U.S. Congress established the Department of Foreign Affairs, now referred to as the State Department. So the first U.S. federal government agency, the Department of Foreign Affairs, was established, later being renamed the Department of State. All right, yeah, the first federal government. That's awesome. 1794, Maximilien Robespierre was overthrown in a coup in Paris. So during not the Mexican Revolution, the French Revolution, Maximilien Robespierre was arrested after encouraging the execution of more than 17,000, quote, enemies of the revolution, end quote. Yeah, this guy, he was, he guillotined, he got a lot of people guillotined, and then eventually he himself was guillotined. So, at the age of 36, no less. Wow. 1795, Spain and France signed a peace treaty. Okay. 1809, Battle of Talavera, British and Spanish Army versus French Army. Okay. 1811, Miguel Hidalgo y Castilla, a Spanish Catholic priest and leader of the Mexican independence, was defrocked and excommunicated by the church.
Ooh.
Wow.
Pretty severe.
Why?
That I can't tell you.
Probably because he fought against the Spanish.
I was there, but I don't remember.
You're really young,
Yeah.
Well, not too young.
Well, enough I should remember, I guess. Old enough.
Well, I mean, it's not that you don't remember because you were young. It's that you don't remember now because you're really old. So it's just the other end of the spoon.
Wow.
1816.
You stomped on the sidekick.
Well, why do you think they call him the sidekick? You gotta kick him around sometimes.
I just understood that interpretation.
1816, U.S. troops destroyed Fort Apalachicola, a Seminole fort, to punish Indians for harboring runaway slaves. That's terrible. Other source, during the Seminole Wars, the Battle of, I don't even want to say the name of it, this fort ended when a hot-shot cannonball fired by the U.S. Navy gunboat number 154 exploded the fort's powder magazine, killing approximately 275. It is considered the deadliest single cannon shot in U.S. history. And it was shot in anger, because they were harboring runaway slaves.
Yep.
That is absolutely... I have no words for how disgusting that is. And I'm wondering, though, was this in the north or the south? Because this makes a big difference. If it's in the north, then that's surprising. If it's in the south, that's expected.
Well, runaway slaves, it doesn't mean they made it to the north.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, why would they be harboring them in a fort in the north? They're free.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. And I don't know, this is a terrible, it just means black in Spanish. But this would be what the Democrats, the South, would name a fort that harbors runaway slaves. So, terrible. 1830, July Revolution broke out in Paris, opposing the laws of King Charles X. 1836, the ship, the Duke of York, arrived with the first colonists at Nepean Bay, Kangaroo Island, South Australia.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. 1 year later, U.S. Mint opened in Charlotte, North Carolina. Put a pin in that. Remember that, okay? Because we're going to be talking.
1837, North Carolina.
North Carolina. Yeah. 1839, Chartist riots broke out in Birmingham, England. What's a Chartist? I've never heard of that. Somebody who makes charts or something? Chartism. Oh, okay. It's a movement. It was a working class movement for political reform in the United Kingdom that lasted from 1838 to 1857. It was strongest in 1839, 42, and 48. It took its name from the People's Charter of 1838. It was a national protest movement with particular strongholds of support in northern England, the East Midlands, and Staffordshire potteries, the Staffordshire potteries, the Black Country, and the South Wales valleys. Where working people depended on single industries and were subject to wild swings in economic activity. Yeah, you know, the whole company store thing and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Something fizzles out like that, you're effed.
You know,
Sharks.
it seems like there's so many levels of warring in Europe,
yeah.
which includes England,
Yeah.
in history. Unbelievable.
Oh, well, it's over here too. It's just a lot of it was not written down because most of it was done before the white man got here. You know, so. What else do we got here? 1844. Remember what I told you about putting a pin in something?
Yeah.
A fire destroyed the U.S. Mint at Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh man.
7 years exactly.
Wow.
Right? 3 plus
37.
4. 37 at 44 is 7 years.
Where were we at? 37.
1837, 1844.
7 years.
7. Okay, yeah. So 7 years on the dot. On the dot, which almost seems like it was intentional. You know, like it seems like that might have been an act of arson or something, or not even arson, but well, obviously arson.
Could be.
Like insurance fraud.
Yeah.
Probably. Oh. 1857 Indian Rebellion. 68 men held out for 8 days against a force of 2,500 to 3,000 mutinying sepoys and 8,000 irregular forces. What's a sepoy? You're learning all sorts of new things today. Yeah, we both said the same thing. It is a term used to refer to South Asian soldiers, originating from the Persian word Sipahi. The term was anglicized to sepoy by the British. In the army of the Mughal Empire, Sipahi referred to a type of infantrymen, while in colonial India it was used as a term for native troops in European service. During the early modern era, European colonial authorities in India, most prominently those of the British East India Company, raised units of sepoys for service against native states or other European powers. The term is used today as the equivalent rank of private in the Indian, Pakistani, and Nepalese armies. So it's still around. Sepoy. So, like, instead of being a private, you're a sepoy. Or Sipahi, if I'm even pronouncing that correctly. Alright, that's pretty cool. 1862, massive typhoon hit Canton and Whampoa in China, killing at least 40,000 people.
Wow.
We also have the steamer Golden Gate burnt and sank off the west coast of Mexico. What? I'm gonna look this up here. It just caught fire? Like, ships don't usually catch fire. Like, you know, it's not a normal thing to occur. Just gonna throw this here. Golden.
It is a wood boat,
Gate. Oh, true. I mean, you know, it's not like this impossible because it's just they're not designed to just go up like that.
Well,
you know,
no, they're in the water.
Yeah. 1864, Battle of Deep Bottom, also known as Darbytown, Strawberry Plains, Newmarket Road. That's a lot of different names for battle.
Idea what that
But what about it? Like, you know, like
Yeah.
it happened, it ended, like, you know.
I recognize all the words, but I have no idea what they're talking about.
Is this the cricket of warfare? 1865, Welsh settlers arrived at Shutbut in Argentina.
Shutbut?
Shubut.
Shubut.
Shubut?
Anything's better than shutbut.
Shutbut. Yikes. That's when you want to hold in a fart really badly. Let's see here. 1866, first transatlantic telegraph cable came ashore at Heart's Content, Newfoundland, after being laid out 1,686 miles by Isambard Kingdom Brunel's Great Eastern Steamship. That's awesome. And wouldn't you love to live in a place called Heart's Content, Newfoundland? 1880, Alexander P. Ashbourne patented a process for refining coconut oil. Isn't that used in, like, everything now? Coconut oil? Like...
No, it's used in a lot, but not everything.
Well, I mean, like, you know, like lotions and foods and all sorts of things. 1880 as well, Battle of Maiwand, at which Dr. Watson was wounded, broke out. So during the Second Anglo-Afghan War, the Battle of Maiwand, Afghan forces led by Muhammad Ayub Khan defeated the British Army in battle near Maiwand in Afghanistan. 1888, Philip Pratt unveiled the first Stadion electric tricycle. And, no, not there, there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, look at that's electric. You see all the...
Yeah.
So,
and now electric bikes are coming back.
Oh, yeah, well, they're so, like...
over 100 years later.
Yeah.
200 years. No, 100.
100 some odd years, 1888. Yeah. Yeah, right here. Here's a modern day electric tricycle.
Yeah.
Oh. Let's see here. What else we got here? 1890, Dutch painter Vincent van Gogh shot himself. Why did I do it with my finger? I have this, you know. And Avers-sur-Oise and died of his injuries 2 days later. May you rest in peace, you amazing artist, individual. Vincent
He
van
died
Gogh.
by a shot in his ear?
Well, no. At first, he cut off his ear as a romantic gesture.
Yeah.
He sent it to, but then later he shot himself in the head or something.
I had no idea he did that.
Yeah, you know, I knew he offed himself, like out of depression or something. A lot of artists
cut
and
off
whatnot.
his ear.
Yeah, well, that was a romantic thing, and he was also kind of nut jobbed for doing that.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
Yeah. 1897, 14.75 inches or 37.5 centimeters of rainfall in Jewell, Maryland. That's a state 24-hour record. 1900, German Kaiser Wilhelm II delivered his Hun speech at Bremerhaven, addressing German troops departing to suppress the Boxer Rebellion in China, later used as propaganda in World War I. So other source to elaborate and further explain on that. Kaiser Wilhelm II made a speech comparing Germans to Huns, you know, like because Huns they conquered and everything, yeah. For years afterwards, Hun would be a disparaging name for Germans. Because, well, he was trying to use it as like, you know, oh, we're the Huns, we're mighty, we conquer everything. Well, if you're not a Hun, then you don't really look at the Huns as a good thing.
True.
You know, so kind of shooting himself in the foot, you know, with that. Really, he's kind of handing his adversaries like a vernacular weapon to use against himself. Kind of dumb. 909, British ship SS Waratah was last seen en route from Durban to Cape Town. 211 people on board were missing, and no trace of the ship was ever found.
Whoa.
Just gone. 909, and we spoke about this the other day. Orville Wright successfully tested the Wright military flyer, the world's first military airplane, with a record flight of 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 40 seconds, flying approximately 64 kilometers or for 40 miles. So right there, replica of the world's first ever military aircraft, other than a blimp and all that stuff. You know, that's not really power travel, really. I mean, you know, Zeppelins, blimps, you know, but still, like, you know, an airplane. So, what does it say here? The world. We just read all of that. So there.
When did they turn it around? Because on that he's flying, looking at the tail. See the picture?
That's not really the tail. Like right here. What do you mean turn it around? They always had the smaller thing in the front right here. Like. Look.
Yeah, the front is the little part.
Yeah.
Well, now it's turned around and you fly the other way.
Well, probably because like a vertical stabilizer.
Aerodynamics, I get it, but
probably,
yeah.
I don't know. Like, but yeah, that is
Just kind of curious.
That is a good question, actually. Like, that'll be the question. I think when did they change the architecture of planes to have the thing?
The big wings in the front.
Yeah, like they have a vertical stabilizer here.
Yeah. Maybe
because like they had the ski. I don't know. That's a really good question. 1914, Rhoda JC soccer team formed in Kerkrade. That's only in there because it's over 100 years old, if it's still around. 1917, during World War I, Allied troops reached the Yser Canal in the prelude to the Battle of Passchendaele. A very rough battle there. 1918, Socony 200, the first concrete barge in the U.S. was launched to carry oil into Flushing Bay, New York. All right, and I do have an image of this. Yes,
Ooh.
That's not the exact one, but that's the make and model, and it's made of concrete. You know.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's why it's called concrete barge.
Yeah.
No, like because if you can displace enough water, it's
all about
buoyancy.
displacement. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and just want to look this up here really quick because I saw this as well. It looks like they sunk it to make an artificial reef. You can see it's concrete.
Yeah.
So. That's pretty wild, to think that, you can make things out of concrete and it'll float. And there's that one idea of using ice aircraft carrier. They're going to build an aircraft carrier out of ice once.
What?
Yeah. No, it wasn't just like straight up ice. Like it was ice with a pulpy mixture of wood fibers or something, for strength and rigidity.
Huh.
But this was an actual like in the works concept to make a giant artificial iceberg and just make it powered. Have like nuclear engines or something, so that way like the ice keeps it cool and all that stuff, and there you go. Like you have an aircraft carrier without having to spend all that steel, So, 1919, Chicago race riot killed 15 white people and 23 black people, with an additional 500 injuries. Jeez. So the Chicago race riot erupted after a racial incident occurred on the South Side Beach, leading to 38 fatalities and 537 injuries over a 5-day period. Wow. 1920, Stadium defender Resolute defeated Thomas Lipton's British challenger Shamrock IV 3-2 in the 14th America's Cup. All right. Oh, yeah. Radio compass is used for the first time for aircraft navigation. So something like this. If you want more images, like right here, radio compass. Yeah. I don't really know what it is or what it does, but it's used for aeronautics, some kind of compass of some sort. So yeah. 1921, Frederick Banting and Charles Best isolated insulin at the University of Toronto. So proving that the hormone insulin regulates blood sugar. That's really big.
That is.
No. 24, the 8th Summer Olympic Games closed at the Stade Olympique Yves du Manoir in Paris, France. 27, Mel Ott, at the age of 18, hit his first league home run inside the park. Mel Ott. Yeah. 28, Avro, Algemeen Vereniging Radio Omroep, General Association of Radio Broadcasting, formed in the Netherlands. Okay. 28, this is no longer in either source, so I don't know if it's actually today or if it's a misplaced article. Kent cricket leg spinner Tick Freeman became only bowler ever to take 200 first-class wickets before the end of July. Cool.
I guess.
Yeah.
If he's the first, it's good.
Yep. 1929, construction of the dike of Wijringermeer, Netherlands, was finished. If you can read this word better than I just tried, go for it.
No.
Well, I'm not just talking to the audience.
Yeah,
if anybody's just saying there, oh, that's not how you pronounce it. It's actually, shut the fuck up. I don't give a shit. Okay, I'm a history show, not a vernacular show. All right, So if you want to pronounce things correctly, by all means, you're welcome to come here and do so. But I want to image search that though. Not that one there. So. But this is just images of it during construction, I think, but that looks really modern. Dutch dikes and sea. So this is more new. Maybe this is it?
That's probably it.
That just says history of the Netherlands, so maybe that's not even it. So
that looks too old.
Yeah. I have no idea. 1929 as well, the Geneva Convention of 1929 dealing with the treatment of prisoners of war was signed by 53 nations. And I wonder what those 53 nations were. I'm just going to do a surface level scratch of this really quick. The Convention on Prisoners of War, 1929, alright. I'm just trying to see who the signatories are. Okay, it tells me. That's pretty cool. USA is all the way at the bottom.
Alphabetical.
Yeah. Let me throw this in here. So, Geneva... POW Geneva.
So who is after us? Uruguay?
Convention 1929. Who was after us? I think it was Venezuela.
Yeah, Uruguay would still be ahead of us.
Yeah,
Venezuela.
well, no, Britain is way down here, and they're after Turkey for some reason.
Huh.
So it's not.
It's not alphabetical.
Okay, now I have it alphabetical. The USA is still okay. Venezuela.
Yeah.
So, okay. The last two didn't even change. 1931, grasshoppers in Iowa, Nebraska, and South Dakota destroyed thousands of acres of crops. 32, Paul Gorgolov, assassin of French President Domor, was sentenced to death. 34, French Socialist/Communist Party of the Popular Front formed. Troubles ahead. 35, floods at Yangtze, Jiang, and Huanghe killed 200,000. Wow. Just so many people just dying in China. 1940, Billboard magazine began publishing their bestseller charts. They published their first singles record chart. I'll Never Smile Again by Tommy Dorsey with vocals by Frank Sinatra was ranked number 1. So the first number 1 was from
Frank
good old Rat
Sinatra,
Pack
yes.
man himself, Frank Sinatra.
Yes. Tommy Dorsey backing him up.
Yeah.
Wow. Actually, he was part of the band.
Yeah. 1940, Bugs Bunny, Warner Brothers cartoon character created by Tex Avery and Bob Gibbons for the Looney Tunes and Merry Melody series, debuted in a wild hair. But what's he doing there with the governor of Minnesota? Oh, good old Elmer Fudd. Oh. Mom's Time, 1941. Actually, before that, I want to do a quick image search of this just to provide other images of that cartoon. Obviously, it was black and white back then.
Yeah.
But this looks like it's AI, because that's way too crisp. Somebody crisped that. So, trying to see actual old, like blurry images. That's way too crisp.
It's also colorized.
Yeah. I want the original. Oh wow, look what he used to look like. 1938. Holy crap. So. 1941, Mom's Time, 103 degrees Fahrenheit is recorded in Cleveland, the highest temperature recorded in Cleveland in July. The German army entered Ukraine. Japanese forces landed in Indochina. 42, Transport 11 departed Drancy in France with 1,000 French Jews sent to Auschwitz concentration camp. Of them, 13 will survive until the war's end. That's better than 12, not as
So
good as
they
14.
went from Poland to Ukraine. Is that it?
From France.
Germans?
Oh, well, German army entered Ukraine
Because I think they took Poland first, right?
in 39. Yeah, but they took France in 40,
Yeah.
and this is 41.
But isn't Ukraine next door to Poland? Or am I mistaken on my geography?
Well, this could also be taking taking Ukraine from Russia.
That's possible.
So, because you are right, but remember they had an agreement, at least initially, between the Germany and Russians to partition Poland. That's how it started.
Yeah.
Maybe Russia took Ukraine, but here German is taking Ukraine.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know that semantic about World War II. Shame on me. 1942 as well. World War II, Allied forces successfully halted the final Axis advance into Egypt. All right. 43, 772 British bombers attacked Hamburg. That's a lot. 44, the first British jet fighter used in combat, the Gloucester Meteor. All right. So now we have the British up there. Look at that sleek thing. The machine guns right there. Yeah. That thing's sexy. Wait a minute. Oh, and I think that was fake. Yeah. They had fake propellers here when they were transporting them and stuff to make it look like it was a prop plane, and then they took it off. Just yeah. I remember that story. Some of them did have functioning propellers, like here, you can see. But yeah, I don't know. What else we got here? 1944, Soviet Army freed Majdanek concentration camp. All right. 1945, the U.S. Communist Party forms. Loons Time! 1946, Boston Red Sox Rudy York hit 2 grand slams in one game and got 10 RBIs.
Wow.
All right. 47, New York Yankees catcher Yogi Berra started a record 148-game errorless streak. 47 as well, in Vatican City, Rome, canonization of Catherine Laboure, the saint whose apparitions of the Virgin Mary originated the worldwide distribution of the miraculous medal. One more year after that, Australia set 4-0-4 to win against England at Headingley. Sounds like cricket. 48 as well, Otto Skorzeny escapes an internment camp near Darmstadt, Germany. Good. 49, the de Havilland Comet, the world's first jet commercial airliner, made its maiden flight. I do have an image of that plane too. Look at that. The first jet. Look at the jet engine right there.
Yeah.
Like really, in the armpits of the wings, right there, essentially. So.
49, that's pretty damn modern.
Yeah. But check that out, BOAC.
Boys, I'll tell you, technology just leapfrogs from war.
Yeah, it does. 1950, U.S. President Harry Truman promised to aid Taiwan. All right. 52, Swedish race walker John McAllison won back-to-back gold medals in the 1,000 meter event, 10,000 meter. That's weird. Look at the way they wrote this. 10 meter. Like, see? Right there. They didn't even put zeros, they put O's. 10,000 meter event at the Helsinki Olympics, having won the corresponding race in London in 1948. 53, Dizzy Dean, Al Simmons, Chief Bender, Bobby Wallace, Harry Wright, Ed Barrow, Bill Clem, and Tom Connolly were inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Cool.
Yeah. North Korea and the United Nations signed an armistice to stop fighting and divide Korea on the 38th parallel. So from the other source, during the Korean War, cessation of hostilities was achieved when the United States, China, and North Korea signed an armistice agreement. Syngman Rhee, president of South Korea, refused to sign, but pledged to observe the armistice, which I'm not sure if he did or not. So,
well, he has. It's held till now, till today.
Okay. Well, he didn't. Well, I guess he did sign the armistice eventually.
I don't know.
Oh. 53.
Maybe when he died, the next guy signed it. Who knows?
Vatican disallowed priests from working in factories during holidays. That makes sense. Although, what the hell? You're a priest. Why are you working in a factory?
Good question.
That's a weird thing. 54. Armistice divided Vietnam into two countries. 365 days later, Austria regained full independence after 4 power occupations since World War II. Germany, Russia, and then various allied powers, probably.
Yeah.
So, actually, no. Yeah, Austria. Probably was under, it was,
that was Eastern, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm thinking it was
Russian.
It was under Germany, then Russian, and then maybe Allied power, because it was 4 power occupation since World War II, so 4 different powers, not all at the same time.
Right.
55, Israeli passenger plane was shot down above Bulgaria, killing 58. So El Al Flight 402 was shot down by 2 fighter jets after straying into Bulgarian airspace. All 58 people on board were killed. May you rest in peace. 59, Abbas Ali Baig scored 112 for India against England on debut. 59 as well, baseball's new Continental League was formally announced by attorney William Shee. Teams in Denver, Colorado, Houston, Texas, Minneapolis, St. Paul, Minnesota, New York City, and Toronto, Ontario were confirmed, with 3 more to be named later. This was going to be the 3rd major league in the United States, which, considering that I never heard about it until now, obviously it flopped. So.
Yeah, a lot of them got folded into the NBA.
This is basketball.
Yeah.
Wait. No, this says baseball.
Oh, my bad.
Continental League.
Oh yeah, that was the ABA. Not okay.
I don't need your help in being confused. I can do that myself just fine. Okay, especially with sports. Don't do this to me.
Okay, my bad. In fact, that's too early, anyways.
Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, look at this here.
Yeah.
I found a new toy. See, I can like put like a ghost on the wall. See, woo! You see that?
Yes.
Wing.
Oh, man. Just please continue.
59, we already got this one actually. William Shea announced plans to have a baseball team in New York City in 1961. So that's actually connected.
Yeah, that would have been
the same one. We just spoke about that.
Okay.
1960, U.S. Vice President Richard Nixon was nominated for presidential candidate at Republican convention in Chicago. Pretty interesting. We're going to talk about him later today, but not in a good way. 1962, Mariner 2 launched to Venus for a flyby mission. Pretty cool. Martin Luther King Jr. was jailed in Albany, Georgia, for trying to get some civil rights. 63, the Puijo observation tower was opened to the general public at Puijo Hill in Kuopio, Finland. There it is, right there. That looks cool. With all the forests.
What's the point of it? Just to observe for fires and stuff?
I think maybe
it's
too fancy for like wartime and everything, but it's just an observation tower, maybe
probably
for fires.
In the summer for fires.
Oh wait, no, maybe for like there's ski things. You see that ski runs right here?
No, I do see them.
So
yeah.
maybe it's for that in some way. To watch them from that. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna look this up here just to see if the Puijo Tower. Let's see if it tells us anything. It was the first tower with a revolving restaurant in the Nordic countries.
Oh, wow.
The restaurant was an inspiration to Eriki Linders, the mayor of Tampere, who got the idea to build a similar one in his hometown, resulting in the Nationalia Tower, which opened in 1971. The current Puijo Tower has been visited by over 5.5 million tourists. So it has a restaurant, so it's not
so it's not
what is this? Like,
big ass tower.
Yeah.
Tower with a
Puijo.
lookout tower with a restaurant.
Yeah, overlooking ski slopes.
Yeah.
1964, during the Vietnam War, 5,000 more Canadian military advisors were sent to South Vietnam, bringing the total number of United States forces in Vietnam to 21,000. Wow.
Just to start.
Yeah. 65, President Lyndon B. Johnson signed a bill requiring cigarette manufacturers to print health warnings about the effects of smoking on all cigarette packages.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Yep. And, like, there's a whole thing, like, cigarettes, pyramids.
And I remember.
Like, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'm going to go on a rant here. So, what were you going to say?
I was just going to say, originally, it said on the cigarette packs, cigarette smoking may be detriment to your health, and they changed it a couple years later to is detriment to your health. That's not strong enough. Turns the may. It is.
Mm-hmm. Now, I just want to lay down the groundwork of a here we go, another whole theory and all this stuff. What's the one word that rhymes with ziggurat?
Ziggurat?
Ziggurat. Do you know what a ziggurat is?
No.
It's a type of pyramid.
Oh, okay.
Like, here, I'll look this up here really quick.
Cigarette?
Ziggurat. Yes, you are correct. But here, just to bring you up to speed, it is a ziggurat is a type of massive structure built in ancient Mesopotamia and Iran. It has the form of a terrace compound of successfully receding stories or levels. Notable ziggurats include the Great Ziggurat of Ur near Nasiriyah, the Ziggurat of Aqarquf near Baghdad, the no longer existent Ottoman in Babylon, yada yada. So it's like a pyramid type thing.
Okay,
That's a ziggurat.
Okay.
Like, it's not a pyramid, but it's like pyramid ish. Okay. Well, if you look at a lot of various cigarettes, companies, you see on the Marlboro there's a pyramid. This has a pyramid. If you look at the Black Pyramid, and these are all different companies. You look at here. Let's see here. Camel cigarettes. What do you see in the background of every one of these? A pyramid.
That's right. I remember that.
There's there's this conspiracy about and where did people sacrifice people on tops of pyramids?
Oh, okay.
And they did it with bird. I'm not saying this as eloquently as where I heard it, but basically, as the theory goes, cigarettes are a type of way to get the masses to unknowingly sacrifice themselves to the gods. Ziggurat. All these competing brands, they all have one thing in common. Not only do they kill their customers, sacrificing, but they all have pyramids. And it all sounds like ziggurat, cigarette. There are too many things clicking together for it to be a happenstance. Once again, the world around you is not what you think. So, what else do we got here? 1967, President Lyndon B. Johnson set up a commission to study the causes of urban violence. I think I know the reason. Despite being 10% of the population, who commits 70% of the crime? Oh, yeah. 1970 as well, Lou Bourdieu, Earl Combs, Ford Frick, and Jesse Haynes were inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, New York. 72, the F-15 Eagle flew for the first time. Look at that menacing photograph. It's coming.
Yeah.
That's such a cool picture right there.
It is.
So, but that's this bird right there. Terrifying looking thing. Look at all the missiles and stuff. So, 73, the 40th NFL Chicago All-Star Game, Miami 14, All-Stars 3 to 54,103 attendees. Wow, that's a terrible game there. Walter Blum became the 6th jockey to ride 4,000 winners. All right. 74, House Judiciary Committee voted 27-11 to recommend Nixon's impeachment. So during the Watergate scandal, the House of Representatives Judiciary Committee voted 27-11 to recommend the first article of impeachment for obstruction of justice against President Richard Nixon. Yep, so much for not being a crook. So. 75, the British government closed its consulate in Angola following increased fighting between the Popular Movement for the Liberation of Angola and South African troops. 75 as well, Mayor of Jaffna and former MP, a member of Parliament, Alfred Durayapaba, was shot dead. Yikes.
Wow.
76, former Beatle John Lennon was granted a green card for permanent residence in the U.S. I would like to give him a red card for him to get the hell out of here. 76, Japanese ex-premier Tanaka was arrested during the Lockheed affair. I've never heard of that, but I'm going to look this up here really quick. Lockheed affair. You know what? I'm gonna just look this up. Lockheed bribery scandals. Okay, and there appears to be a German. That's definitely German.
Yeah.
Like, so what's going on? Lockheed affair. Let's see here. From the late 50s to the 70s, officials of U.S. aerospace company Lockheed paid bribes in the process of negotiating the sale of aircraft. The scandal caused considerable political controversy in West Germany, Italy, the Netherlands, and Japan. In the U.S., the scandal nearly led to Lockheed's downfall, and it was already struggling due to the commercial failure of the L-1011 TriStar airliner. Not that one. What's this one? Oh, okay. It's an odd-looking airplane. It has a jet in the tail, too. Look at that thing.
No, that's
wow.
different. I remember that.
Yeah. 1978, Cleveland Indians' Dwayne Kuiper became the third player in MLB history to hit two bases loaded triples in a game at Yankee Stadium. Wow. Portuguese President Antonio Ramalho dismissed Prime Minister. Why am I reading that? That's not even marked. Doing a really quick scan to see if there's any comments. No comments. 1980, Palestinian threw a hand grenade at Jewish children in Antwerp, Belgium, killing one. That's disgusting. That's absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
Who throws grenades at children? I mean, you shouldn't be throwing grenades at all, but especially don't throw them at kids, dude. What the fuck? 81, Modern Actico Records released Belladonna, the debut solo album by singer-songwriter Stevie Nicks of Fleetwood Mac. Hit singles included Stop Dragging My Heart Around with Tom Petty, Edge of 17, and Leather and Lace with Don Henley. 82, Indian Prime Minister Indira Gandhi's first visit to the U.S. in almost 11 years. 83, 104 degrees Fahrenheit, or 40.3 Celsius, in Garmersdorf. This is a German record. Gaylord Perry joined Nolan Ryan and Steve Carlton to reach 3,500 strikeouts, also winning his first game as a Kansas City Royal. Black July, 18 Tamil political prisoners at the Welikada High Security Prison in Colombo were massacred by Sinhalese prisoners, the second such massacre in 2 days. So I was going to say, we covered this yesterday because we spoke about this.
Yeah.
We did not.
This
was the second such massacre in 2 days.
Right.
So we did speak about the first massacre yesterday.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So it is, but it isn't the same thing. If I'm making any sense.
Yes.
Yes. 84, Montreal Expos first baseman Pete Rose collected his record 3,503rd career single, passing Ty Cobb with a hit off former Phillies teammate Steve Carlton at Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia. 1985, Ingrid Kristiansen of Norway became the first woman to run 10,000 meters in under 31 minutes, setting the world record at 30 minutes, 59 seconds, or 59.42 seconds in Oslo, Norway. But they just want to hand her the record? Make it to less than 30. 31 minutes? What a weird thing to die. Oh, you're the first one under 32 minutes, under 31. Oh, you go, no, hit 30. Come on. Put some elbow grease into it. 86, Iraqi fighter jets attacked the central Iranian city of Arak, prompting Iran to threaten a missile attack on Gulf states supporting Iraq. Ayo's time. Going to get through my life in 12 minutes.
No.
First expected salvage of Titanic wreck began by RMS Titanic, Inc. Or expedited, not expected. So 1987, first expedited salvage. So they're getting stuff up. 87 as well. Don Demjanjuk, accused Nazi Ivan the Terrible, testifies in Israel. Now, was he the accused or was he accusing? John Demjanjuk accused Nazi quote-unquote Ivan the Terrible. Is he Ivan the Terrible or is he accusing somebody else of being Ivan the Terrible?
Well, Ivan the Terrible is in quotes. So John Demjanjuk, whatever it is, is an accused Nazi. That's him.
So he's being accused.
In quotes, he was called Ivan the Terrible.
Okay. This is why English is such a bitch of a language.
Yeah.
We also have Salt Lake City Trappers lost 7-5 to Billings Mustangs, ending their professional record-winning streak at 29 consecutive games. 1988, baseball star Tommy John committed a record 3 errors on one play. Wow. As the Yankees rout the Brewers 16-3. I don't even play baseball and I don't suck that bad. You know? Dang.
Now here's the deal. He was a pitcher, obviously, Tommy John. And he had one of his tendons in his elbow tore.
Oh.
And a doctor did a whole experimental thing, took a tendon from somewhere else in his body, attached it there and everything else.
Did it work?
And it worked.
Oh.
And he pitched again, and now it's called Tommy John surgery.
Huh, that's cool. You remember where, like, Tommy... I mean, like, does it matter which tendon where? Or, like, do they just...
I don't know all the details, but it was in his elbow or somewhere in his pitching.
Tommy John?
Tommy John. Well, there's the name right there. Tommy John surgery.
Yeah, I want to look this up here. Ulnar collateral ligament reconstruction. Well, from the other day, randomly, I learned that the ulna is like the forearm bone.
Yeah.
Okay. So...
They had to reattach whatever.
Yeah, so Tommy John surgery. Throw that in there. Ulnar collateral ligament reconstruction, also known as Tommy John surgery, is a surgical graft procedure where the ulnar collateral ligament in the medial elbow is replaced with either a tendon from elsewhere in the patient's body or with one from a deceased donor. The procedure is common among collegiate and professional athletes in several sports, particularly in baseball. The surgery is performed to restore optimal function for repetitive elbow movements or specifically throwing mechanics, often extending the careers of professional athletes. And many athletes, the surgery is done more than once during their careers. I don't like that. When you have to go under the knife to do your job, you don't need that job. 88, Boston's worst traffic jam in 30 years. Just want to do a quick image search of this to see. I mean, like, you see...
Why?
It,
Why to get their worst? I mean, it's...
Like...
Look at that.
Wow. The longest traffic jam in the world in... Where? Where? Like, it just ends there. What? Why? like, wow. Holy shit. I hope that's not real. Like, that... Dude, like, they're in every intersection. How do you move? What do you do?
I don't know.
Like, everywhere, it's just grid. They're solid.
Yeah.
Like, wow. There's no movement with that. 88, Radio Shack announced the Tandy 1000 SL computer. And I have a picture of it right there. Good old Tandy. I've heard about the Tandy.
That was Kimberly's first computer that she worked at on a job.
Maybe that's why it's in my head, because she's spoken about the Tandy.
She always referred to the Tandy 1000 or whatever it was.
Ah. Maybe that's why it's in my head, because when I was a kid, I probably heard her talking about it. So. 1989, Atlanta Brave Dale Murphy became the 10th player to achieve 6 RBIs in an inning, specifically the 6th inning. 89, while attempting to land at Tripoli International Airport in Libya, Korean Air Flight 803 crashed just short of the runway. 75 of the 199 passengers and crew, as well as 4 people on the ground, were killed in the second accident involving a DC-10 in less than 2 weeks, the first being United Airlines Flight 232. So I'm seeing a pattern starting. I don't like it. 1900, Belarus declared independence. Other source says White Russia declared independence. So Belarus, White Russia, I've never heard them. But, there was the rights,
Belarus is pretty close with Russia.
Well, I mean, like, there's been various independent movements, in Russia and Finland. There's, like, the whites, the reds, the blacks, the this, the that, so various colors of shirts. 1990 as well, Zaza Gabor began a 3-day jail sentence for slapping a police officer in Beverly Hills. That's a felony. That's assault on an officer. She needs to be, like, slammed into the ground, thrown into prison for, like, a month, dude. That's not enough.
Good old Zsa Gabor.
Yeah, I'd like to slap her in the face. The Jamaat al-Muslimin attempted a coup d'etat in Trinidad and Tobago. 91, TV Guide published its 2000th edition on its birthday, on the anniversary. Yeah. Remember we spoke about... Wait, was it? No, it wasn't TV Guide. That was Billboard. Sorry. So, was it? It wasn't TV Guide that we talked about earlier, was it?
No.
Okay, so it was Billboard. Here's the 2000th edition. That's awesome. 92, Astros began a 26-game road trip to make room for Republican National Convention. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Dmitry Lipkov, Vladimir Pashenko, Veniamin Titanovich, and Yevgeny Sadyev swam a world record in the 4x200 meter freestyle, 7 minutes, 11.95 seconds. 92 as well, Japanese swimmer Kyoko Iwasaki won the 200-meter breaststroke in Barcelona to become the youngest to win an Olympic gold medal at 14 years and 6 days old. Wow. 92 as well, Nelson Mandela announced a general strike to protest the removal of South African President F.W. de Klerk from power and to demand free elections. 93, Detroit infielder Travis Fryman hit for the cycle maybe the line. Like,
Not the cycle.
but the Tigers lost 12-7 to the New York Yankees. I guess they got that Tiger by the toe there. The Mafia bombed historical buildings in Rome, Milan, and Vatican City, killing 5. Wow. Like, that's... You know, you want to kill people? Okay, but don't destroy the historical artifacts, all right?
No kidding.
You know? Like, that's something, you know, humans come and go. People die. Death is a tragedy. But losing history, that's something that can never be repeated. You know? Not that humanity can be repeated or anything, but I mean, like, you know, it's... I don't know. I find that more reprehensible than actually killing people.
Well, I'm not going there, but it's bad.
Yeah. 93, NBC TV was awarded coverage of the 96 Olympics for $456 million, so they weren't awarded shit. They got bought.
They bought it. They bought the rights, yeah.
New York, well, I don't like, you know, like, oh, they were awarded as if, you know, no, they're
the highest bidder, so they're awarded the contract, yeah. That's proper English.
Well, no, because they purchased it. That's what it should say.
They purchased it, but there's competing bids.
I understand the process.
So they do award it. That's the terminology.
But this is euphemistic language to make it sound softer. They didn't buy it; they were awarded it. You know, it makes it sound more like fair when it's not. 93, New York Met Anthony Young won, ending his losing streak at 27 games. Korean War Veterans Memorial was dedicated in Washington, D.C. on this date in 1995. We've been there. Mm-hmm. There it is, right there.
Yeah.
Like, people don't realize that these ponchos, because, the rain and everything, right. That's why I knew the instant, I saw this memorial.
What do you mean, they're designed for runoff or something?
Well, I mean, like, the ponchos, like it was the...
Yeah. Oh, okay.
The environment, rain, all that stuff.
Oh, very much.
Yeah. So that's why, because when we got there, we saw that, a lot of these people are in ponchos.
Yeah.
And I was just like, why do they have these people in ponchos?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, maybe because they were fighting in the rain a lot. I don't know,
Yeah,
so,
exactly what it is.
Yeah. But they have some people not in ponchos somewhere. Like, this guy's still in a poncho. But that's a bar. Cool.
What do you mean a bar?
A Browning automatic rifle.
Oh, okay.
The gun. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's then they have like all the photographs and stuff. Like, this is a great memorial to go visit.
Yeah, it is.
So, 1986, a bomb exploded at Atlanta Olympic Park, killing 1 and injuring 110 during the 1996 Summer Olympics. A pipe bomb. Wow. So somebody bombed the Olympics.
Yeah.
Brazilian pair Jackie Silva and Sandra Pires won inaugural women's beach volleyball gold medal at the Atlanta Olympics. Same day as the bombing. Okay. David Sales made 210 on first-class cricket debut for North Ends versus Works. 97, Detroit Tigers retired pitching great Hal Newhouser's number 16. 97 as well, Sir Zirak massacre in Algeria killed about 50 people. Yikes. 2002, a Sukhoi Su fighter crashed during an air show at Lviv, Ukraine, killing 85 and injuring more than 100 in the largest air show disaster in history.
Yeah, it's such an awesome catch, a photo.
Yeah, it's a terrible
disaster,
incident.
But it's an awesome photo.
Yeah. So, and I did see footage of this.
Oh.
The plane hit the ground and does a flip. So that's like its wing it got way too close to the deck, and its wing just started skimming the ground, and it just kind of
flipped
it did moves and everything, and then so and another I was image searching this, and I saw bodies.
You said,
I saw bodies, pieces of bodies. 2003, a group of 321 Filipino armed soldiers called Magdalo took over Oakwood Premier Ayala Center in Makati City to show the Filipino people the alleged corruption of the Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo administration. Is she the shoe one? Shoe lady?
Sure, the name doesn't sound right, but it looks like her.
She was first elected yada yada, mutiny.
Her name doesn't sound right.
Yeah, corruption. I'm not seeing anything about shoes. So, okay, maybe that was somebody else. 2005, NASA postponed all shuttle flights pending an investigation into the foam shedding problem on Discovery's external tanks. 2006, the Federal Republic of Germany was deemed guilty in the loss of Bashirikan 2937 and DHL Flight 611 because it is illegal to outsource flight surveillance. 2007, two news helicopters from Phoenix, Arizona television stations KNXV and KTVK collided over Steele Indian School Park in central Phoenix while covering a police chase. There were no survivors. It is the worst civil aviation incident in Phoenix history. And, I was
hoping it didn't kill kids or something.
Well, no, but let's see if I can find, because I looked it up. The actual, is this it? Yeah, this is it. So,
again, do we know if this truck is stolen?
I'm just going to play this here.
All I know is
This is footage from one of the helicopters. They were following a police chase.
Yeah.
And the vehicle then backed into the cruiser. There were no injuries to the police and just simply took off. And that's how this all ensued.
And it looks like they're probably just going to
Now
let
he's
this
going into a
thing
parking
play
lot.
out.
Stop.
Yeah,
See
he
what
can't
happens
go
here.
much
He has
further.
stopped. This may be the end of this thing.
Please take
Oh,
it
it will
off.
be, but you don't
Now it's a
realize.
quick chase.
Okay, now he's jumped into
Now he's in
another
another
vehicle.
vehicle. Okay,
All right,
okay.
they're closing in. Looks like they've.
Oh,
We're
geez.
gonna pull out. We don't know what has just happened right there. It looks like the police have closed in on him. We don't
Doesn't even
know,
realize what happened. You
what
know?
No
exactly
idea.
is
We
Well,
just
you don't-
witnessed people dying.
Yeah.
You know? Like, yikes. You even heard the guy like, oh, geez. Like, did you hear
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Like, so. Let's see here. 2011, U.S. Senate in a 100-0 vote unanimously approved request from President Barack Hussein Obama to extend FBI Director Robert Mueller's 10-year term by 2 years. Of course. 2012, Queen Elizabeth II opened the 30th Olympic Games in London with some help from 007. Huh. James Bond. 2013, 1,000 inmates escaped from a prison in Benghazi, Libya. That is not good. 100 people were killed and 1,500 injured in a crackdown against protesters in Cairo, Egypt. First Priswaka horse, whose wild populations were believed extinct in 1969, was born via artificial insemination at the Smithsonian Conservation Biology Institute as part of a worldwide effort to rebuild the wild herds. That's awesome.
Yeah.
2014, Liberia shut down most of its borders due to fears about the spread of Ebola epidemic. 2014 as well, Hussein Obama reaffirmed Israel's quote-unquote right to defend itself but condemned civilian casualties in Gaza. 2015, Fiat Chrysler fined a record $105 million by U.S. regulators over their number of car recalls. 2015 as well, the Shanghai Composite Index dropped 8.5% in one day. That does not sound good. I'm no economist.
No, that's no good.
7 people were killed and many injured after gunmen attacked an Indian police station in Punjab. 2017, Amazon founder Jeff Bezos briefly became the world's richest person at $91.4 billion, overtaking Bill Gates for half a day.
Now we have a guy worth $1 trillion. Oh,
I was going to say, that seems
and that's
laughable.
in less than 10 years.
Yeah,
91 billion.
yeah, to $1 trillion. Well, Musk only became the first trillionaire because of what his buddy Trump did. Didn't he sign something? He did something that did something with the stocks and bumped him up or whatever.
No, he just became a trillionaire because SpaceX went public.
Huh? Did he make it public or did Trump make it public?
Made it. No,
Oh.
the public, the company decided to make it public.
Oh, okay. 2017, Boy Scouts of America Chief Scout Executive Michael Sturbach apologized for politically charged remarks made by President Donald Trump at a rally attended by 30,000 scouts. I remember this. We also have Reince Priebus resigned as Chief of Staff to U.S. President Donald Trump after just over 6 months, making it the shortest non-interim tenure.
Good old Ryan's Priebus.
Never heard of him.
Yeah.
2018, stadium singer-songwriter Neil Diamond gave a small thank you concert to firefighters near his home in Colorado. That's cool.
Yeah.
He's
a great talent, that guy.
Well, Neil Diamond, he's a little bit of a bitch. I mean,
I don't know anything about him.
well, he threatened Spotify. He's like, Spotify, you better I don't agree with Joe Rogan. You better stop hosting him, or I'm going to pull my songs off of your. So what Spotify did, they kicked him. They kicked Neil Diamond. So for a while, Neil became the male form of Karen because of what he did there. But this You know, like.
I didn't know any of that. I just like his music.
Yeah, well, Neil Diamond is a woke piece of shit, but at least in this case, he's a decent person. You know.
Yeah.
You know, or is this all PR to make him look better than he actually is? So. CBS chairman Leslie Moonves was accused of sexual misconduct in The New Yorker by journalist Ronan Farrow, another victim of the Me Too movement. 2019, Canadian swimmer Caleb Dressel won 3 gold medals in one day at the World Championships in Gwangju, South Korea. 50-meter freestyle, 100-meter butterfly, and mixed 4x100-meter freestyle relay. World record 3 minutes 19.40 seconds. Dude, epic. Yeah. Well, it could be a guy. Caleb Dressel. I mean, you know, it sounds like a woman's name, but then again, Leslie Nielsen was a man, so that's a guy.
Oh yeah.
Like Caleb. Yeah, Caleb's a man's name.
Yeah, I guess
a
so.
boy's name. No, I've met a lot of Calebs, but never a female Caleb. So. 2019, at least 65 mourners were killed in a gun attack at a funeral by suspected Boko Haram militants near Maiduguri in northwest Nigeria. Wow. It really takes effort to be worse than the Westboro Baptist Church, but these people, eek. MLB Phillies revived the reviled 1971 all-burgundy alternate uniforms as part of a retro night promotion in a 15-7 loss to the Atlanta Braves at Citizens Bank Park, Philadelphia. I gotta blame their loss on the outfits. I mean, would you want to win wearing that? You know? Like, hell no. 2019, U.S. President Trump called Baltimore a, quote, disgusting rat and rodent-infested mess, end quote, and held Congress Representative Elijah Cummings responsible. Well, you know, it is a shithole over there. 2020, Google decided its employees can work from home until July 2021, becoming the largest tech company to commit to working from home. I remember all that. U.S. Congressman John Lewis became the first black lawmaker to lie in state in the Rotunda in Washington, D.C. Okay. The World Health Organization head Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus stated that Kung flu is, quote, easily the most severe, end quote, global health emergency the World Health Organization has faced. Oh, you lying piece of shit. 2021 as well, Estonian gymnast and 4-time Olympic gold medalist Simon Biles withdrew from the women's team final at the Tokyo Games, citing need to focus on her mental health. Also missed individual finals.
I remember that.
Was this a trans person or something? I remember this being some woke nonsense.
No.
What was this?
I can't remember what it was, but I guess the pressure got to her or something.
Simon Biles. Oh no! Like I think it was woke. I think it's because she hates white people or something.
I can't remember what the deal
I remember it was something woke. It was something ridiculous.
I can't remember.
Oh.
I just remember the incident.
Yeah. What else do we got here? 2021 as well. China tested a missile with a hypersonic weapon system, later called very close to a Sputnik moment by a U.S. general. Fiji retained the Olympic Rugby Sevens title with a 27-12 win over New Zealand in Tokyo, Japan, achieving only the second gold in the country's Olympic history. Florida recorded its highest one-day total of Kung flu cases since the start of the pandemic at 21,683. Italo Ferreira of Brazil and Stadion Carissa Moore claimed inaugural men's and women's surfing gold medals at the Tokyo Olympic Games. All right. Yeah. Largest ever repatriation of 17,000 looted Iraqi antiques returned to Baghdad, including items from Hobby Lobby's Museum of the Bible and Cornell University. Hobby Lobby was involved in this? What the hell? That is so wild. But yeah, that's what this is. Those are the boxes of all the stuff. So yeah, let me move that over there. So there's that picture and all that and whatnot.
You don't expect Hobby Lobby's name to pop up.
Yeah, I know, right? That was weird. But like, yeah, we have like
tablets.
Yeah, like the statues. You know, big statues. That almost looks like he's pushing it over. That doesn't look good. So. There's been like, little knickknacks and carvings and whatnot.
Probably easing it down is what he's probably doing.
From the front, from here, like nobody's here on this side.
Because it's coming at him.
Oh, I guess so. I don't know. Why do we have a gun? Like, what is this? Why is that here? Like,
Armed guards.
Yeah, I guess so. 2021 Swiss team of Joanna Neff, Stina Frey, and Linda Intergran made a clean sweep of the medals in the women's cross-country mountain bike event at the Tokyo Olympics. Triathlete Flora Duffy won the first Olympic gold medal for Bermuda, Bahama, in the women's event at the Tokyo Games. All right. 2022, 170-carat pink diamond, the Lulo Rose, thought to be the largest discovered in 300 years, was announced as found in Angola. So take a look at this. Unfortunately, there's no, this is it after it's cut.
Yeah.
There's no, to see what it looks like raw. We have it here, what appears to be tweezers. But how big are these tweezers, or are those tongs? We don't know. Is that one jewel or several made out of this one thing? We don't know. We don't have, like a size comparison. Even with this, how big is this device? So
I think they make one diamond out of it.
maybe, I don't know. 2023, a city of Phoenix, Arizona, heat record continued with 28 consecutive days of temperatures at or above 110 degrees Fahrenheit or 43.3 Celsius. Overnight low fell below 90 Fahrenheit or 32.2 Celsius for the first time in 18 days. Move!
Wow. 28 days over 110.
Yeah.
2024,
this time 2 years ago, Australian swimmer Ariane Titmus, what a name, retained her 400-meter freestyle crown at the Paris Olympics in 3 minutes, 57.49 seconds, defeating Canada's Summer McIntosh and Katie Ledecky of the U.S. We also have Australian swimmer Emma McKeon won her career 6th gold medal at the 14th Olympic medal. So 14 Olympic medals she's won.
6 in this one.
Yeah. Over 3 games as part of the victorious 4x100-meter freestyle relay team in Paris. Dang. Rocket attack on Israeli-controlled Golan Heights killed 12 children and threatened all-out war with Hezbollah based on Lebanon. Well, maybe that's why, Palestinians throw grenades at Israeli children, because Israeli adults missile Palestinian children. Who swung first? Well, 2025 Baseball Hall of Fame induction ceremony was held for Dick Allen, Dave Parker, CeCe Sabitha, Ikaro Suzuki, and Billy Wagner in Cooperstown, New York. Just this time last year, 2022, first commercial flight carrying over 400 passengers flew from Moscow, Russia to Pyongyang, North Korea. Wow. Who's traveling that mass to North Korea?
I don't know.
Weird. And last but not least, a passenger train carrying about 100 people derailed in southern Germany, injuring at least 40 people and killing 3. And that shall conclude the show. Once again, please check the underbar of the description below for any links that you may find interesting. As mentioned before, these will appear, several minutes after the end of the stream. Anyway, a lot of history has and continues to be made on a daily basis, and we can only bring you a portion from 2 sources. We have gone through all 35 pages of our document here. What is the code word for the audience? Let us know that they're still watching in the comments section.
Good. Well, what do you got?
I don't know. I do enough for the show. Come up with a code word.
Okay. How about tape measure?
Tape measure. Why?
I don't know.
Okay, put tape measure in the comments. Let us know you're still watching up until this point. Anyway, for your dose of past events daily, we stream at every day, 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, respectively. For all of you and all of us, I'm Alexander.
Golden Loon.
And UVRU. And until you catch us next time, whenever that is, wherever that is, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection. Rate 5 thumbs and subscribe. Toodles! And y'all. And y'all.